because there was so much resistance in terms of procrastination around it. The fact that I did it and it came out okay is still part of me that's like, I feel accomplished for it.
Yeah.
Which was the purpose of it.
Absolutely.
It's like, not in regards to the quality or anything, but just in terms of, we had an objective. There's part of me that wanted to be, my dog ate my breakfast. And it was like, no, just make it, put it together, patch together, and it'll be fine. Do something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think going forwards, I think minute months are good.
Yeah.
So I think we'll continue to do minute month stuff.
To be fair, like, we've both done something and we've had half that time.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's really no, unless something horrific happens.
Yeah.
Like, there's really no reason for us not to.
Yeah, we've set the bar for ourselves. While it may be a little bit low, we're still setting the bar. And if we're someone who can hit that and slowly move it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think there's another part of me as well that hopes to be, now that the barrier of, there's so much stuff to be done, or the procrastination, and now the realization of you've done that first hurdle, now you can do anything.
Yeah.
There is a temptation to do more. So that could be quite cool. But yeah, I think so long as we stick to doing at least a minute a month, it could be good.
Yeah.
So should we give him a look-see?
Yeah.
I'll do a quick test for Steve.
I will say,
Yeah.
I don't know how mine reads as audio only.
I agree. So do I.
So I would recommend, we'll put these up on like the Instagram page.
Yeah.
And I would say, like, go back and watch them if you want to see exactly what's happening.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would agree. There might be some you can pick from mine. But yeah, even if you don't want to go through YouTube to look at the whole video and find it out, we will upload these to Instagram. Yeah. With Instagram has hashtags, right? We could do it as like hashtag pulling teeth and you'll find it. Yeah. Or if you just go to our podcast, Pulling Teeth Pod.
At Pulling Teeth Pod on Instagram, you'll find them on there. So just a quick test for Steve to see if the video is going to play. It is muted. Can you see that? I can see that.
Okay, right, cool. Let's give it. Let's dive in. I'll go me first because yours sounds better, and by saying that, I'm going to sound better. So let's do that.
Okay, is it still muted?
No, it's not muted any longer.
Cool.
Right, let's go. This is mine. I just got tired of it every day, telling myself that I need to do something and then just never doing it. Eventually I thought, what if I'm not saying it loud enough? Dating's an issue. People find it difficult to get quite intimate and vulnerable with somebody who's screaming. I'm just more proactive now. I just get more shit done. And I feel bad for the people who can't scream. Or feel nervous about screaming. They must live such a quiet life, surrounded by loved ones. So that's Terry. Yeah. Very much my MO is screaming.
No, it's good. It's a mockumentary kind of thing. I did the sit down interview. It was good.
Kind of worked. There was professional lighting. There was a soft box.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It did look good. Yeah. I didn't do any lighting or anything in mine.
You've got all the equipment, Steve.
I had this afternoon. It's just a whole thing to do all that.
But yeah, like in terms of really, I did the little minute guitar thing, and I was like, oh, this is great. As in, for me, it's very simple. If I was describing my guitar ability, I'm probably an early intermediate. As in, I'm slowly starting to learn some more stuff. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that felt like I wanted to do. We've mentioned it before, like the Channel 4 documentary of like the accordion. That's the sound that I always associate with it. Okay. Of like, this is the man with a arse for a face. Yes, that was that Mitchell and Webb? I think it was. It was some sketch comedy show, and it's that weird. It's this weird accordion that Channel 4 does. So I was trying to do that, but on guitar, and it just came across as like kind of weird.
I quite like the music. It did what it needed to. Like, to be fair, I put some in mine. I didn't make it, and there is a whole there's a whole genre of that. Like kind of like backing tracks for documentaries, right? Yeah. Like for interviews and all that kind of stuff, and like it fits in pretty well with that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, in terms of the idea all started because like I was trying to think of something motivational, and I was like, it's generally something that I was starting to do. Is if I felt myself wanting to do something and not doing it because of laziness, I started screaming.
Yeah.
And it energized me.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, oh yeah, I just thought, what if I was a guy who screamed all the time? That could be quite fun. So there's loads of shots I had in my head of like the postman knocking on the door, and then in the distance you hear this scream.
Yeah.
And then the scream just gets closer and closer until I open the door screaming. Take it from its sign it while screaming, and then give it back. And walk back out. So like that was the image of mine. I was like, I find that funny.
Yeah.
And then, just frying an egg while screaming. Just my way. Yeah, I didn't think it came out as good as it did in my head. Just like screaming while making a fried egg. And then there was a whole thing of me screaming at the egg. And then it just took a bit too much time.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's cutting bits out that...
Oh, I'm going to have to cut out the screaming at the egg bit.
Oh, it's ruined!
To try and get it energized.
Yeah.
And then, so it was my idea.
Yeah.
My little thing. Ready for you?
Yeah, huh?
Cool.
Diplomat bees are known for breaking up squabbles amongst other woodland creatures.
Oh. Close the door. Thank you. Oh, yeah. On four.
Have a go.
Susan, hi. Happy birthday. I was hunting this cat, and then it jumped me, and then these bees came and broke it up. Anyway, here. It's a dish. It's a dish, Susan. Yeah, that's it.
That's good. That's very good. That's much more what we were thinking it was supposed to be. I think.
I don't know.
References. I'm not downtroding my one, but just in terms of praise for yours, I think that was much more what I think we both had in mind. Of like, we wanted, a story being told that isn't really reliant on quick cuts, which wasn't really, you weren't relying on quick cuts.
No.
There needed to be cuts because of location movements and stuff like that. There's references. Jurassic Park was in it.
Yeah.
So, intense music sections. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, no, it worked quite well, and there was some bits in that that came in with the edit, but didn't with like the second run through of the script, but didn't really change anything that was there, like the guy in the fridge for some reason.
That was great. That was. It took me a while to realise what it was. I think because I was like, first of all, I thought it was just like your conscience just reminding you to close the fridge.
Oh right.
And I thought that's funny enough. And then you had the second layer of it thanking you. It's just like, oh, it wasn't you, it was your fridge or whoever's in your fridge.
Yeah, but there was a couple of bits that I wanted to do, but I didn't have time to go to the shop. I wanted to put crisps and soap in the fridge as well.
Okay, a shoe.
Yeah, a shoe.
References to our universe.
Yeah, but all we had
our lives, not our universe.
But the only thing I had that I could put in there was bread. But it did help that it was mouldy.
Yeah, it works. That's good.
Yeah.
Stimulus-wise from both of our videos.
Yeah.
First of all, I think that the videos qualify as exactly what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
In terms of trying to get a minute's worth of writing / I felt the thing is, I think it's more because mine was very much improvised. I think this was much more obviously written.
Yeah,
and had more of a writer's feel to it.
It was, definitely.
Which is what I would like to do more of as well.
Yeah,
I just find instinctively to
be fair, I think it fits the theme. Like that's definitely like a scripted kind of theme in that it's shot like a sketch or like a drama or something, whereas yours was shot like a documentary. So it makes sense that that it sounds like off the top of your head.
Yeah. But in terms of my objectives for this project of doing a minute every month, is to try and move a bit further away from fully improvised.
Yeah.
To be more close to something like this in terms of writing a script, writing something that's going to be more the jokes in the writing of it worked very well.
Yeah.
As in, I mean, just the little things about bee diplomats. are
Yeah.
usually very good at breaking up arguments between other bees or
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's another little...
That came in with the
Black
second
Mirror type
because
joke.
it was. I didn't know what. The only thing I wanted there was like making notes while watching a documentary, and I was like, well, there's nothing.
Yeah.
It makes sense from for a character perspective because of the kind of shit that I say like on here, but there's nothing intrinsically funny about that.
Yeah.
So it was trying to put something in
Trying to fine-tune
and then if
something.
you can take that and make it some kind of reference later on as well, like it was the bees that broke up the argument between him and the cat.
Right. Yeah.
Then it makes a bit more sense, but I don't know if that was clear enough.
The bees breaking up the fight didn't make sense at the time.
Right.
But with that... So, yeah. But then there's more things you can do with that.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing about this is just a seed.
Yeah.
That we're just kind of sowing. We grow the seed. We sow the seed. Nature grows the seed. And then we eat the seed. Yeah. So I think in terms of the stimulus of trying to get something... Well, yeah, are you happy with it? You said you were happy with it. You think it would grow back to it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I think... yours felt more writing based, I think. And I think the mockumentary thing for me was just a bit more...
Yeah. Well, I think
with.
it's just the nature of our styles.
Yeah, well, that's what we lent on at this time anyway.
Yeah.
So I think just trying to grow something a little bit more out of that. And then, yeah, you had a lot of good writing references in there as well, like with Susan.
Yeah.
Just like the image that popped up. I can't remember what the name was there, but from the image, you know that that's Susan. That's one of our producers.
Yeah.
Who's terrible at their job. We end up kind of embodying most of her job most of the time.
Most, if not all.
If not all.
Yeah.
Something to be fucking do.